Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Thursday, March 19th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we start off with the US dollar index because that basically tells us what to do with all the dollar pairs themselves. So we had FOMC yesterday, and it caused another higher low, another higher low. The fact that this is all higher lows right here tells me from the end of the pullback right here, which I think is very clearly a wave two, this is all still one trend. So this is still a wave three trend. Now, like I've been saying all week long, most of the time when you have the end of a pullback, the end of an ABC correction, it will go up and take out the high of wave B before it actually makes a significant pullback. So I think this is potentially going to keep on going up. Maybe after it breaks structure, you'll get a bigger pullback for the wave four, and then another push up for wave five to complete this five wave pattern. But as of right now, the dollar is definitely still very, very bullish. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, this is not a higher high right here, so you can't say that this is a break of structure if it does break that. So that means that the most recent structure is way down here. That means that it could definitely take out this low right here and still be within an uptrend. I'm definitely still very, very bullish. I think this right here is potentially the end of a correction. Like I said, if it goes way down here and breaks this, then that's definitely a change of trend. Otherwise, anything we see to the downside is likely just a pullback to this last wave up, and likely we're still in that wave three trend on the daily time frame. So if we're still in a wave three trend to the upside on the daily, that means that the euro dollar, the pound, the Aussie are probably still in downtrends. The US dollar CAD, the US dollar Swiss are still in uptrends. And gold and the dollar yen kind of work on their own path because they do whatever they want to do. The dollar yen is more of a yen pair, and gold definitely doesn't follow the dollar index like the dollar pairs do. So moving on to the euro dollar, back all the way up to the daily time frame. Now, like I've been saying all week long, you know, that we are in a downtrend. It definitely looks like it potentially has a five wave structure. It definitely does have a potential five wave structure on this one. But until you actually get a break of structure or a significant higher low, this is still a downtrend. I do think at some point it is going to make a big pullback, which would be a pullback to this whole move down, someplace between 38 and 78% of the move down. But until it actually breaks up in any kind of way or makes a higher low or something like that, we are definitely still in a downtrend. And based on the dollar index, there's probably a better chance that it will keep on going down. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, if we're following a 1 hour time frame structure, which we should be, then this is the current structure level. By the way, we had a beautiful break of structure pullback entry right here at the news yesterday, and then there was another one right here pre-London session. So two very, very nice little trend trades. Now, if it does go up and break this high with momentum, then we probably should go back to being bullish. We'll have to reevaluate it. Otherwise, we are definitely looking at anything we see to the upside is likely just a pullback within a downtrend until we get a significant break of structure like what happened over here, except for this is our new structure, then we are definitely still very, very bearish, and we're definitely looking for shorts. Moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Kind of the same deal with the pound dollar. I mean, this is definitely a downtrend. I think that at some point it is probably going to make a pullback to this whole move, like a wave two and a wave one. But until it actually makes like a significant higher low, a break of structure, or something telling us that this wave one is complete, we have to be bearish. There's really nothing stopping this thing from continuing to make bearish candles and continuing to make lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. This is likely the top on the weekly time frame, and that's why we keep on going down, making lower lows and lower highs. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, we got our new structure right here. And this one also had a beautiful break of structure, pullback entry right there. And then pre-London session, another beautiful entry right there. So in my opinion, we are definitely still looking for shorts unless it breaks this high. If it breaks this high with momentum, then we'll reevaluate and we'll start looking for longs. Otherwise, we are definitely looking for shorts. Based on the US dollar index, I think there is potentially still a decent amount of downside potential on this before we start that big wave two pullback. Definitely no signs of a wave two pullback starting yet. So we're definitely looking at anything we see to the upside is likely just a pullback to the last wave down. And moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Aussie dollar, kind of the same deal. I mean, if this really is the end of a wave five, then it needs to go down and take out this low right here. So we'll see what it does, but more than likely, it is probably going to go down and take out this low before we get too much of a pullback. And based on the dollar index, the dollar is up, Aussie dollar should be down. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, unlike on the other ones, this is not a lower low right here, so we cannot call this right here a structure. That is not a structure. Our current structure is way up here. This is obviously a structure, but this could just be an ABC pullback within a downtrend. So anything we see to the upside on this one, as long as it doesn't go all the way up here and break this high, is likely just a pullback to this last wave down. So we are definitely looking at this move up as possibly another just ABC pullback within a downtrend. Potentially you can throw your Fibonacci retracement on this move down. You can look for three waves up. You can looking for engulfing down on maybe like the 1 hour to 30-minute time frame for more entries to go short. And by the way, this one also had that beautiful break of structure pullback entry right there. And pre-London session, you probably could have taken this short right here if you would have got out in time, and definitely would have been a decent little trade. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, back up to the daily time frame. Dollar CAD is finally starting to get that close to that break of structure. Because of my weekly time frame analysis, I think that it might break structure and just keep on going. But I mean, on this time frame, it definitely does look like an ABC. So after it breaks structure, if we get a break to the downside, we'll definitely start looking for shorts. But if it really is what it looks like it is on the weekly time frame, it's more likely just going to make higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and just keep on going up. Because I think it's more likely a 1, 2, 3 of C on the weekly, not an ABC on this daily. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure level on this one is right here. If it breaks below there, then we definitely can become bearish. Otherwise, we are definitely looking at anything we see to the downside is likely still just a pullback within an uptrend. The 100% Fibonacci is right here, which would be the break of structure on the higher time frames. I think that it is going to likely break that structure before we get too much of a significant pullback. So definitely looking at this move down as possibly nothing more than a pullback within a uptrend. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame. The dollar Swiss, I also think is going to go up and take out this high. I think that this is also the bottom on the weekly time frame. I think it's the bottom of a WXY on the weekly, which means it's likely going to go up and take out this swing right here before we get any significant pullbacks. We definitely could get pullbacks, but it should on the daily time frame make higher low, higher low. Even if it does make a pullback, it's probably going to be another higher low. It's going to be another higher low until it breaks structure. Then we possibly could get a break to the downside on the daily after it breaks this higher time frame structure, which is right here, right around the 80.04 area. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, actually we now have a new structure. That when I did this morning, we didn't have a new higher high, but now we do. So now we can move this up here because price just now made a new higher high. So that means we can move our structure way up here. So that means that if it goes down and takes out this low, that means that we can potentially start looking for shorts. We could justify a reason to start looking for shorts. Otherwise, we are definitely looking for logs. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short right now. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long right now. But if you do get a pullback like this, or maybe a shorter time frame pullback, I would definitely be looking for logs right now. Unfortunately, sometimes I had to refer to what my mentor used to say, and sometimes the strategy is to be patiently waiting for a pullback in order to go, to trade with the trend, or the strategy is to already be in a trade. So you're either already in a trade waiting for an exit, or you're patiently waiting. There's not going to be an entry right now unless you're on a very, very short time frame, which I definitely will not be. So going down to the weekly, the going down to gold on the daily. Now, if you've been following along with my videos, then you know that I've been saying for a while now that this is an A, this is a B, and that this is a C down here. Most likely place for this to go is the 161, 178, which is right around 4,500 to 4,400. But if it takes out the lower wave A, which most wave Cs do, then I would expect it to probably go even closer to like the 4,350 area. Maybe this 200% Fibonacci extension is the most likely target. So if that's true, then we definitely want to continue to look for shorts, that's for sure. There's been some pretty decent little breaks. The break of structure was way up here, so you potentially would have been looking for shorts at every single one of these little peaks. And if you go back and watch my videos over the last several days or several weeks even, every single day I come on here and say, we're looking for shorts on pullbacks. What would I say right now? I would say, we're looking for shorts on pullbacks. If it goes up and takes out this high, then we'll start looking for logs. Otherwise, anything we see to the upside, we are definitely looking at is nothing more than a pullback within a downtrend. Either you're already short from up here waiting for an exit, or you're patiently waiting for a new pullback in order to go short again. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long, and I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short without seeing a decent little pullback, at least a 38% pullback minimum. So moving on to the US dollar yen, back up to the daily time frame. A lot of these yen pairs do look like they are getting very close to turning, like I've been saying, but until we get a break of structure, which we don't have yet, or we get a nice big engulfing move, or we get a lower high, we have to realize that there's still a chance that it keeps on going up. Even though we look at this and say, okay, this could be almost over, it's not over until it's over, and it's not over until the market tells us it's over. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we definitely do have a break to the downside on most yen pairs. So on the 1 hour time frame and below, I definitely could justify looking for shorts. But what I would be doing is I'd be patiently waiting for at least a 38% pullback to this last move down before I would be willing to go short again. I definitely wouldn't be looking to go long right this minute, and I definitely wouldn't be looking to go short unless I saw at least a 38% pullback. I prefer to see, like a 50 or a 68% pullback because at least then, you get a significant pullback. And if you enter, you're entering at the beginning of a new wave within the higher time frame trend. So unfortunately on this one, the strategy is to either already be short, waiting for an exit, or the strategy is to be waiting patiently for another short. Moving on to the euro yen. The euro yen is, in my opinion, is actually been quite messy, but it is definitely the simple structural analysis is you have a swing high, then a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. I mean, it is definitely trending down. It's a little bit overlapping, but I mean, maybe it is just going to continue to make this overlapping trend. If this is really turned on the weekly, monthly time frame, then that explains why it's overlapping because this is potentially a weekly trend, which means on the shorter time phase, which I'm calling the daily as shorter because this could be a weekly, monthly time frame trend, it's going to be an overlapping pattern. Kind of like if you have a trend on the daily and then you go down to the 1 hour time frame and the 1 hour is very overlapping. It's because the trend is not tuned to the 1 hour, the trend is tuned to the daily. This trend is probably tuned to at least a weekly time frame, which is why these shorter time frames are potentially overlapping. So anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure is right here. If it goes up and breaks this, then we'll become bullish. Otherwise, we are definitely looking at this move up as potentially a pullback within a downtrend. The best thing to do is throw your Fibonacci retracement on the move down, wait patiently for a proper pullback, wait for like 3 waves up, maybe go down to like the 30-minute time frame, wait for like a 3-wave pullback, and then go short again on the engulfing move to the downside. So definitely waiting for sorting opportunities on this one, using Fibonacci retracement to help us. And moving on to the pound yen. The pound yen, I was starting to doubt that this really was an ABC, but if this really is the end of an ABC, then this potentially is a wave one, this is a wave two, and maybe we are in the wave three now, and it's just going to keep on going. We had yen news last night, and maybe this yen news actually started this wave three on the daily time frame, because this definitely does look like an ABC pullback right here. That definitely does look like a complete pattern. So if it is an ABC, that definitely should take out this low, and it potentially should take out this low also. So going down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we are definitely looking for shorts. I definitely wouldn't justify going long unless we broke structure to the upside. If it does decide to go up and break, then fine, we'll reevaluate and we'll start looking for longs. By the way, look at this break of structure we had here, and then that pullback entry right there. That was a beautiful trade right there. Happened in the Asian session last night at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning my time, but if you were available at this time, that was a beautiful trade last night around the yen news. Now, what would we be doing now? We would be doing nothing but looking for shorts. We would be putting our Fibonacci retracement on this move down right here. We would be looking for 3-way pullbacks, and we'd be looking for more sorting opportunities. In my opinion, pretty much everything is in the same stage right now. You're either already in a trade waiting for an exit, or you're patiently waiting for a proper pullback in order to go to trade with the higher time frame trend. Unfortunately, sometimes patience is the best thing in trading. Patience definitely pays. So anyways, if you want to follow along with all my trades and you want to participate in a great trading community on Discord, then definitely check out my website, fxpipcollector.com. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.